You're not here by accident. You're here because deep down, you're done with being overlooked. You're done with chasing things that don't matter, things that don't make you a person worth remembering. Let me ask you something. Are you tired of the noise, the false promises of quick fixes, shallow advice, and hollow success? If so, stick around. In this video, I'm not just going to tell you what makes a person truly irresistible. I'm going to expose the myths keeping most people trapped in mediocrity and reveal the truths no one else dares to speak. Are you ready to face the harsh realities and rise above them? Comment "I'm in" below if you're committed to watching this to the very end. This video isn't for everyone. It's not for people looking for shortcuts or excuses. It's not for people who think life owes them something. It's for warriors, people who are ready to rise above mediocrity and become something greater. If that's you, then welcome. Today, we're diving into the 7 high-value traits that make people truly unforgettable. Traits rooted in ancient wisdom, tested by time, and more relevant than ever in a world where most people settle for less. These aren't just traits to attract others. They define who you are, how you move, and the legacy you leave behind. If you're serious about transforming yourself into the person you were born to be, subscribe to this channel right now. When you do, YouTube pushes this content to more people who need to hear it. Let's begin. Number 1, confidence. It's a word you hear often, but let's be honest, it's lost its meaning for most people. Many think confidence is about standing tall, speaking loudly, or having a charismatic presence. But true confidence is much deeper than that. It's not just about how you present yourself to the world. It's about how you stand firm when life tries to shake you to your core. True confidence begins within. It's the unshakable belief that you are enough, regardless of what others think, say, or do. It's not tied to your success, wealth, or social status. It's rooted in your ability to face challenges head-on and keep moving forward, even when the odds are stacked against you. Confidence is the armor that shields you from the fear of failure and the doubt of others. Think confidence is something you're born with. It's not. Confidence is a skill, a muscle that you think about the last time you hesitated. Maybe you wanted to speak up in a meeting, approach someone you admired, or take a leap into something new. What held you back? Was it fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of rejection? Here's the harsh truth. Hesitation is a thief. It steals your opportunities and leaves you with nothing but regret. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite it. Every time you act in the face of fear, you take a step toward building real confidence. Start small. Speak up when your voice shakes. Take risks that make your heart race. Push yourself into situations that force you to grow. Each time you do, you strengthen the foundation of your confidence. And here's the beauty of it. Confidence is cumulative. It grows with every step you take, every challenge you overcome, and every fear you conquer. But confidence isn't just about your internal mindset. It's also about how you show up in the world. Your posture, your voice, your energy, all of these communicate confidence before you even say a word. Walk into a room with your head down, shoulders slumped, and eyes darting around nervously, and the world will treat you like prey. Walk in with your chest up, gaze steady, and presence commanding, and you'll own the room before you speak. Confidence is contagious. People can feel it. It draws them in, earns their respect, and inspires their trust. It's no wonder women are drawn to it. Confidence signals stability, leadership, and strength. It shows that you're someone who won't crumble under pressure, someone they can rely on. But here's the kicker. Confidence can't be faked. Sure, you can try to puff up your chest, put on a show, and act like you've got it all together. But the moment life tests you, the facade will crumble. True confidence is built in the trenches, through hard work, discipline, and resilience. It's earned, not borrowed, and it's authentic, which is why it resonates so deeply with others. Let me tell you something important. You don't have to wait until you're successful to be confident. That's a lie society tells you. Confidence isn't about what you have, it's about who you are. A person with little but unwavering confidence will outshine someone with everything but self-doubt every single time. Why? Because confidence isn't about external validation, it's about internal certainty. If you're waiting for permission to feel confident, you're doing it wrong. Confidence is a choice you make every day. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you treat yourself, and the way you push yourself when no one's watching. It's not about never feeling fear. It's about not letting fear stop you. Confidence is built through action, not thought. You don't think your way into confidence, you act your way into it. Start with small, manageable steps. Speak up when you're scared. Take on challenges that stretch you beyond your comfort zone, and every time you do, you'll feel a little stronger, a little more capable. That's how confidence is built, one bold step at a time. Remember, confidence isn't perfection. It's not about having all the answers or never making mistakes. It's about trusting yourself to handle whatever comes your way. It's about believing in your ability to adapt, learn, and grow. And it's about showing up for yourself, even when it's hard, because you know you're worth the effort. When you cultivate true confidence, you don't just change how others see you, you change how you see yourself. You stop doubting your worth and start embracing your potential. You stop shrinking to fit in and start standing tall to stand out. Confidence isn't just a trait, it's a way of life. And when you embody it fully, you become unstoppable. Number 2, empathy. This is where most men miss the mark. They believe that showing empathy makes them weak, soft, or vulnerable. But in reality, true empathy is one of the strongest qualities a man can possess. It takes an emotionally secure person to step outside of their own world and genuinely understand someone else's. The misconception comes from the idea that empathy is simply about listening to someone's problems or offering a comforting word. But real empathy goes far beyond that. It's about deeply connecting with another person's emotions, acknowledging their struggles, and making them feel seen and heard. It's not passive, it's an active and powerful force that demands your presence and emotional investment. Most people don't really listen, they wait for their turn to talk. They tolerate the conversation instead of actively engaging. They're too caught up in their own thoughts, anxieties, and distractions to give the other person the attention they deserve. And then they wonder why relationships fall apart, why they can't connect on a deeper level, or why they feel so disconnected. The truth is, if you can't listen to someone without judgment, if you can't be present in their moment of vulnerability, then you're just another voice in the crowd. People don't remember those who only talk. They remember those who make them feel heard. Think about it. When someone takes the time to listen to you, to truly understand you, don't you feel a sense of relief? A deep sense? Here's a challenge for you. When was the last time you really listened to someone? Not just heard their words, but felt what they were going through. The truth is, many men, and people in general, struggle with this. They might hear the words, but they don't connect with the emotions behind them. Women, for example, don't crave perfection, they crave connection. And connection begins with empathy. It's the ability to look beyond the surface, to understand the person standing in front of you, and to make them feel safe and understood. And here's the real power of empathy. It's what makes you unforgettable. In a world full of distractions, superficial conversations, and constant noise, being the person who offers empathy, who truly listens, is rare and invaluable. But let's not sugarcoat it. Empathy isn't always easy. It requires vulnerability. It forces you to confront your own emotions, your biases, and your fears. It makes you step outside your comfort zone and connect with someone in a way that might make you feel exposed. Most men avoid this. They stay in their own bubble, pretending they have it all figured out, because dealing with their own emotions can be uncomfortable. But here's the thing: growth never happens in comfort. If you want to be the man others can't resist, the one people trust, the one people turn to, you have to be willing to do the hard work. That means confronting your own emotional blind spots, understanding your own feelings, and using that emotional awareness to connect with others. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Empathy isn't just for relationships. It's a superpower that works in every area of life. Want to lead people? You need empathy. Want to connect with your team, understand your customers, or build lasting partnerships? You need empathy. The more you practice it, the more influence, impact, and respect you'll gain. And here's the beauty of empathy. The more you give it, the more it strengthens you as a person. It's a cycle of self-improvement that benefits not just you, but everyone around you. Empathy connects you to the world in a way that nothing else can. It deepens your relationships, enriches your experiences, and strengthens your influence. So, how do you build empathy? It starts with listening. Not just hearing, but really listening. Pay attention to the tone of voice, the body language, the unsaid words. When someone speaks, don't just wait for your turn to talk. Be genuinely curious about what they're saying. Show interest in their feelings. Ask questions to understand them better. Let them know that their thoughts, emotions, and experiences matter. When you listen with empathy, you create an unspoken bond, and that bond is what makes you memorable, trustworthy, and impactful. Number 3, charisma. It's that magnetic energy that draws people in and makes them stop and pay attention. Charisma isn't just about what you say. It's how you say it, how you carry yourself, and how you make people feel when you're around. It's the invisible force that gets people to engage with you, to feel seen, valued, and inspired by your presence. Here's the catch. Charisma isn't something you're born with. It's something you cultivate. The good news is that any man can develop it, but it requires understanding what charisma truly is. Many confuse charisma with charm. Charm is superficial. It's the slick one-liners, rehearsed jokes, and polished smile. Charisma, however, is far deeper. It's about making others feel important, appreciated, and comfortable in your presence. What makes charisma so powerful is that it's not about impressing others, it's about making them feel truly seen. And that's why women are naturally drawn to it. Charisma signals to her that you are more than just a man. You're someone who exudes confidence, energy, and authenticity. You become a force of nature, someone who commands attention without trying. But here's the hard truth. Most men lack charisma because they're too focused on themselves. They're consumed by their own insecurities, thoughts, or the need to impress others. As a result, they blend into the background. Think about the last time you entered a room. Did people turn their heads and gravitate toward you? Or did you fade into the crowd, just another face in the room? Charisma is the difference between being forgettable and unforgettable. It's what makes you stand out, even in a crowd of people. So, how do you develop charisma? Start by mastering your presence. Presence is all about being fully engaged in the moment. When you're truly present, people feel it. They sense your energy, your focus, and your authenticity. And let's not forget that authenticity is the cornerstone of charisma. Women, and people in general, can spot a fake a mile away. If you're trying to be someone you're not, you'll never truly be charismatic. But when you embrace who you are, your flaws, quirks, and all, you become magnetic. Charisma is also about connection. It's not just about talking, it's about listening, showing genuine interest in others and making them feel like they matter. When you make someone feel special, they'll remember you long after the conversation ends. Charisma isn't just for attracting women. It's a superpower that works in every area of your life. Whether you're leading a team, negotiating a deal, or meeting new people, charisma will give you an edge. But let's not sugarcoat it. Developing charisma requires hard work. It takes courage to step out of your comfort zone and confront your insecurities. It demands that you tackle the parts of yourself you'd rather hide. Most men avoid this because it's uncomfortable, but growth happens in discomfort. If you want to be magnetic, you have to be willing to put in the effort. Building charisma involves honing your communication skills, learning to read social cues, and practicing the art of storytelling. A great story, told with passion and purpose, can captivate an entire room. Humor is another powerful tool in your charisma arsenal. It breaks the ice, builds rapport, and creates connection. But here's the key: humor isn't about cracking jokes or being the funny guy. It's about knowing when to lighten the mood and when to add a little levity. The best humor is effortless, a natural extension of your personality, confidence, and intelligence. Finally, charisma also requires mastering your body language. Your words matter, but how you physically present yourself speaks volumes. The way you stand, move, and make eye contact contributes to your overall presence. Stand tall, shoulders back, and move with purpose. Make eye contact when you speak. Show the world that you're engaged, confident, and fully present in the moment. In the end, charisma is contagious. It's fueled by your energy, your enthusiasm, passion, and presence. When you bring that kind of energy to every room you enter, people can't help but be drawn to you. They'll feel your confidence, your vitality, and your ability to make them feel valued. That's the power of charisma. It's magnetic, it's impactful, and it can transform every aspect of your life. Number 4, sense of humor. If you can't make her laugh, you'll never make her stay. Humor is more than just a bonus or a fun trait. It's a necessity. Women are naturally drawn to men who can make them laugh because laughter is about more than just amusement. It's about connection, shared moments, and feeling good in each other's presence. A sharp sense of humor shows her that you're confident, intelligent, and most importantly, unshaken by life's inevitable chaos. It signals that you can weather the storms with grace and you won't crumble under pressure. But here's the hard truth. Most men get humor wrong. They think it's about cracking jokes or trying to be the loudest, funniest guy in the room. The reality is that real humor is about timing, wit, and authenticity. It's about knowing when to lighten the mood and when to let your unique personality shine through. Humor isn't about trying to impress. It's about making people feel at ease, feel comfortable, and feel good about being around you. Here's another crucial truth. Humor isn't about being the class clown or acting like a fool. Women don't want a clown. They want a man who can make them laugh, who can show them a fun time without losing his sense of dignity. There's a big difference between a man who cracks jokes to entertain and one who has the kind of humor that makes people laugh naturally without trying too hard. Think back to the last time you made someone laugh. How did it feel? The moment you make someone laugh, you've done something important. Laughter creates an instant bond. It breaks down emotional walls, builds rapport, and fosters a deeper sense of connection between people. And here's the science behind it. Laughter triggers dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. When you make her laugh, you're not just entertaining her, you're creating an emotional memory. Laughter becomes an anchor, something she'll associate with you. That bond ties her to you, and those positive emotions linger far longer than the moment itself. Laughter creates experiences that are more memorable than you think, and when she feels that joy with you, it strengthens your connection. But let's not sugarcoat it. Humor takes practice, effort, and above all, self-awareness. It's not about memorizing jokes or trying to adopt a persona that's not truly yours. Great humor comes from embracing your unique perspective on life and sharing it in a way that resonates with others. It's about being confident enough to laugh at yourself, to see the absurdities of life, and to share that point of view with others. Authentic humor is rooted in self-assurance. When you're truly comfortable with yourself, that's when your humor shines, and self-awareness is key. Humor requires you to be able to read the room, to understand the situation you're in, and adjust accordingly. What works in one setting might not work in another, and that's where experience and emotional intelligence come into play. Humor is a skill that, like any other, can be learned and refined over time. The more you practice, the better you get. And let me tell you, it's worth the effort. A man who can make her laugh is a man who can make her stay. Humor builds rapport, deepens relationships, and creates lasting impressions. When you can make someone laugh, you make them feel good. And when a woman feels good in your presence, you're giving her a reason to stay. But the best part, humor isn't just for her, it's for you too. Humor has the power to build your confidence, enhance your social skills, and help you navigate life's challenges with grace. Life isn't always going to go according to plan, but when you can find humor in a tough situation, you show the world, and yourself, that no matter what happens, you can handle it with a smile. Humor allows you to take life's pressures and turn them into something lighter, something easier to cope with. And when you approach the world with that mindset, it changes how people see you. Women are drawn to men who can make them laugh because laughter is a release. It's a break from the stress, the noise, and the chaos of life. In a world full of tension, stress, and constant demands, a man who can bring joy and laughter into her world stands out. You become someone she wants to be around. Laughter isn't just entertainment, it's relief, it's connection, and it's comfort. In a world where so many men take themselves too seriously, a man who can laugh at himself and make others laugh without trying too hard is not just attractive, he's irresistible. Humor shows that you're confident enough to let go, to be yourself, and to make the people around you feel comfortable in their own skin. And let's not forget, humor is a superpower. It's an energy you bring into any room, any interaction. Charisma and humor combined make you magnetic, memorable, and impossible to ignore. These two traits have the power to transform not only your interactions with women, but every area of your life. They make you stand out, make people want to be around you, and ultimately make you someone others can't forget. But we're not done yet. There's one more trait that takes things to an even higher level. Number 5, physical fitness. Physical fitness is about more than just looking good. It's about what your body says about you before you even open your mouth. You might think your words carry the most weight, but in reality, your body does the talking first. A fit, disciplined physique sends a clear message. This is a man who respects himself, a man who can handle life's challenges. It tells the world, and her, that you're capable, driven, and ready for whatever comes your way. Too many men make excuses when it comes to their fitness. They blame their schedules, their genetics, or their circumstances. But here's the harsh truth. Every excuse is just a choice to stay the same. Do you think Alexander the Great conquered continents by blaming his body for his limitations? Do you think warriors in history worried about comfort when their lives depended on their physical readiness? Your body is a reflection of your discipline, and discipline is the foundation of every success. Women notice fitness more than they'll ever admit. It's not just about having a six-pack or bulging muscles, it's about what fitness represents. A man who takes care of his body is a man who takes care of his life. It shows her that you value yourself enough to put in the effort. It's not about vanity, it's about respect. Respect for your health, your potential, and your future. When you're fit, you carry yourself differently. Your posture improves, your energy increases, and your confidence skyrockets. And here's something you might not know. Physical fitness affects your hormones. Studies show that regular exercise boosts testosterone, the hormone that influences not just your physique, but your energy, mood, and presence. High testosterone levels make you more assertive, more charismatic, and more magnetic. It's biology, plain and simple. But let's be honest, building a strong, disciplined physique requires effort, consistency, and the willingness to push through discomfort. That's why so many men avoid it. They'd rather take the path of least resistance, even if it means settling for less. But every drop of sweat, every rep, and every moment of struggle is an investment in your future. When you train your body, you're not just building muscle, you're building resilience, grit, and mental toughness. Think about it. The gym is a crucible. It's a place where excuses are burned away, where comfort is left at the door, and where weakness is transformed into strength. Each session is a test of your character. Will you quit when it gets hard, or will you push through? Will you settle for mediocrity, or will you demand excellence from yourself? The choice is yours, and the rewards are immense. Fitness isn't just about aesthetics, it's about readiness. Life is unpredictable, and a strong body equips you to face whatever comes your way, whether it's carrying someone to safety in an emergency or simply having the stamina to keep up with life's demands. Your fitness is your foundation. Let's not forget the psychological benefits. When you're fit, you think clearer, feel better, and handle stress with greater ease. A strong body builds a strong mind. Women are wired to seek strength. It's not just physical strength, but the discipline, determination, and resilience that fitness represents. When she sees a man who takes care of his body, she sees a man who can take care of her. It's not about dominance, it's about capability. And in a world full of men who neglect themselves, a man who values his fitness stands out. So, where do you start? You don't need a fancy gym or a personal trainer. What you need is commitment. Start small. If you have to, do push-ups in your living room, go for a run around your neighborhood, or lift whatever weights you can find. The key is consistency. Show up for yourself every day, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. That's how discipline is built, one choice at a time. Every time you work out, you're not just improving your body, you're strengthening your willpower, your mental toughness, and your ability to face life's challenges head-on. Fitness is the foundation that supports everything else you do. Number 6, grooming and style. Let's dive deeper into grooming and style, those subtle but powerful elements that elevate you from merely good to truly exceptional. They're not just about following trends or spending money on expensive brands. They're the final touch that transforms you into a man who commands attention and respect without saying a word. And make no mistake, women notice every detail. From the way you carry yourself to how you dress and the scent you wear, everything sends a message about who you are and how you value yourself. If you don't care about your appearance, why should anyone else? Grooming isn't about vanity. It's a demonstration of mastery over the small things. It's about paying attention to the details, taking pride in your appearance, and projecting an image of self-respect. Women are naturally drawn to order, stability, and refinement. A man who appears disheveled doesn't just look messy, he feels messy. And who wants to be around chaos? Style is not about fitting into someone else's idea of what's fashionable. It's about choosing what works for you. It's about finding clothes that fit your body, reflect your personality, and make you feel like the best version of yourself. A perfectly tailored suit, a crisp white shirt, or even a simple but well-fitted pair of jeans and a sharp jacket can transform your look completely. It's not about expensive labels, it's about wearing your clothes with confidence. How you wear something matters more than what you wear. Then there's the matter of grooming. Your face is the first thing people notice, so make sure it's well taken care of. Whether you prefer a clean-shaven look or a well-groomed beard, keep it sharp. Maintain your skin, your hair, and your overall hygiene. These aren't just small details, they're a reflection of your self-respect. And here's a tip you may not have considered. Invest in a signature scent. Women have a heightened sense of smell, and the right cologne can linger in her mind long after you leave. Just remember, subtlety is key. A little goes a long way. Grooming and style aren't just about looking good, they're about feeling good. When you look sharp, you feel sharp. Your posture improves, your confidence increases, and your energy becomes magnetic. People can sense when a man has put effort into his appearance. When you walk into a room dressed well, smelling fresh, and exuding self-respect, it's an immediate signal to others that you have your life together, that you take pride in who you are. It speaks to your competence, discipline, and attention to detail. Here's a critical realization that many men overlook. Grooming and style aren't reserved for special occasions. They should be a part of your daily life. Every time you step out of your door, you're making a statement. Are you sending the message that you respect yourself? Are you showing the world that you're a man of value? Because if you don't make that effort, why should anyone else? And let's be honest, grooming and style aren't really about impressing others. They're about impressing yourself. They're about showing yourself that you value your worth and deserve to look and feel your best. And when you do, you'll notice the impact it has on your life. You'll stand taller, walk stronger, and command respect from everyone around you. In the end, grooming and style might seem like small details, but their influence is far-reaching. They have the power to separate the average from the exceptional. They take the foundation built through physical fitness and add the finesse that makes you truly stand out. Together, they create a man who doesn't just look the part, but lives it. A man who embodies discipline, confidence, and charisma. A man who refuses to settle for mediocrity in a world that often does. But we're not done yet. Number 7. Emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is the cornerstone that holds everything else together. Without it, all the confidence, fitness, charisma, and style in the world will crumble under pressure. Women are not just looking for strength or charm, they are looking for stability. Emotional maturity is the ultimate indicator of that stability. It's what separates boys from men, fleeting flings from lifelong partners. Emotional maturity is magnetic. It makes you the rock she can lean on, the calm in her storm, and the man she can trust. But let's be brutally honest. Most men have no clue what emotional maturity actually looks like. They think it's about suppressing their emotions, pretending they don't care, or being tough. That's a huge misconception. Emotional maturity isn't about hiding your feelings. It's about mastering them. It's about understanding your emotions, owning them, and using them to guide your actions rather than letting them control you. When life throws challenges your way, emotional maturity allows you to respond with calm, reason, and strength instead of reacting out of fear, anger, or insecurity. So, how do you handle adversity? Do you lash out when things don't go your way? Do you blame others for your failures? Or do you take responsibility and learn from them? Emotional maturity is about owning your actions, your choices, and your life. It's about understanding that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can control how you respond, and that response is what defines you as a man. Women are wired to seek emotional stability. It's not just a preference, it's a necessity. When she's with a man who is emotionally mature, she feels safe. She knows he won't crumble under pressure, he won't let his insecurities dictate his behavior, and he won't turn every disagreement into a battle. She knows he can handle the ups and downs of life with grace and strength. In a world where most men are ruled by their emotions, a man who masters them is a breath of fresh air. But let's be real, emotional maturity doesn't come naturally. It's not something you're born with. It's something you develop over time through experience, reflection, and growth. It requires you to confront your fears, face your failures, and embrace the uncomfortable truths about yourself. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Because when you're emotionally mature, you're not just more attractive, you're more powerful. You are in control of your life, your relationships, and your destiny. One of the most important aspects of emotional maturity is self-awareness. You can't master your emotions if you don't understand them. Take the time to reflect on your feelings. Ask yourself why you react the way you do. What triggers your insecurities? What drives your decisions? The more you understand yourself, the more control you'll have over your emotions. And the more control you have, the stronger you'll become. Another key component of emotional maturity is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and challenges are inevitable. Emotional maturity is about how you bounce back from those challenges. Do you let failure define you? Or do you use it as a stepping stone to grow stronger? Resilience is what keeps you moving forward when the odds are stacked against you. It's what allows you to stay calm under pressure, find solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and turn setbacks into opportunities. Emotional maturity also means knowing when to be vulnerable. This is where most men get it wrong. They think vulnerability is a sign of weakness, but in reality, it's a sign of strength. Being vulnerable doesn't mean exposing all your insecurities or laying bare every fear you have. It means being honest about your feelings, struggles, and fears. It means showing her that you trust her enough to let her see the real you. And let me tell you, that kind of honesty is incredibly powerful. It creates a deep connection that goes beyond physical attraction and enters the realm of true intimacy. But emotional maturity isn't just about how you handle your emotions. It's also about being able to communicate effectively with others, maintaining a healthy mindset, and always striving to grow. It's about having the wisdom to know that your emotional health is just as important as your physical health, and being proactive in cultivating both. Women are not just attracted to a man who is strong, they're drawn to a man who is capable of navigating the emotional landscape of life with poise and resilience. Emotional maturity is what truly separates men who last from men who don't. In the end, emotional maturity is what will allow you to sustain a long-term, meaningful connection. It's the foundation for building trust, respect, and deep intimacy in any relationship. And that's something that no amount of style, charisma, or fitness can ever replace. When you master this, you become the type of man who doesn't just catch her attention. You keep it because you offer her stability in a world full of uncertainty. Conclusion. In a world where surface-level attraction often takes precedence, it's the deeper qualities that truly make a man stand out. Confidence, charisma, humor, physical fitness, grooming, and emotional maturity are the traits that not only draw women in, but build lasting connections. These qualities are the foundation of what makes you magnetic, memorable, and irresistible. But none of this is about perfection. It's about growth. Every one of these traits requires effort, discipline, and the willingness to improve. It's about being intentional in how you carry yourself, how you engage with the world, and how you continuously evolve into a better version of yourself. By cultivating these traits, you don't just become more attractive to women. You become the type of man who commands respect, admiration, and trust. You become a man who stands out in a crowded room, who leaves a lasting impression, and who builds connections that go beyond the superficial. So, start today. Take responsibility for your growth. Work on mastering these traits. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being the best version of you, the version that radiates strength, authenticity, and depth. When you do, you won't just attract the right woman, you'll attract the life you've always wanted.